It's time for my full review of Creed Viking Cologne. Let's talk about it. Hey Frag fam, welcome to today's video. John here from Proverbs 27:9 Fragrances, and today we're going to be doing a full review of Creed Viking Cologne. Go ahead and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you're a returning subscriber, we'll say thank you for joining us again, making this fragrance community awesome. But if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and got the notifications turned on. That way you're notified every time we upload this sweet smelling fragrance-related content. All right, so today, as I said, we're going to be doing a full review of Creed Viking Cologne. And if you watch my first impression, you know that this is a fragrance that I actually bought by mistake. Thought I was getting the original Creed Viking, but what Gentleman's Shop sent me was this. And to be honest with you, I'm glad that they did. That's why I've kept it. We'll go ahead, I'll change the camera. We'll do a point of views for the presentation. We'll go over the batch code, the bottle, the box, all of that. Then we'll come back and I'll give you what I think about the fragrance itself. All right, as you can see here, the box and the bottle. And let's show you the box first. We've got Creed house information here on the top. The box is a textured kind of a ribbed linen style pattern, like all of the Creed boxes come in. You've got Viking Cologne there on the front and with silver lettering. You've got the Viking ship there. This is a 50 ml 1.7. On the bottom of the box here, you've got the safety information, as well as, if I can get that, there we go, the product and house information, ingredients, and all that. The batch code is going to be this lot number here, A9821P01. So that 21 is what tells you this is a 2021 batch. Nothing going on the sides. There is a little French sleeve on the inside here of the box. You know, I honestly, it feels like recycled material, and for the price, especially the retail price on these Creed fragrances, they really need to step up their game if they're going to keep trying to sell these like they're $300 to $500 fragrances. Because to be honest with you, although I do really like this fragrance, and it is high quality compared to a cheap designer, these fragrances should be priced, I would say, in the $150 range, okay, which is what I wound up paying for it on a discounted website. So, okay, so here's the bottle. Again, you got that beautiful orange. Some people look at this color and they call it red, and I just think, what's wrong with people's brains? That is a Tennessee orange if I've ever seen it. But the bottle is beautiful. I really like the shape of the Creed bottles, the shape of the cap. Since this company has been reacquired again, BlackRock has sold their shares in Creed. Actually, the day I did my Creed Viking First Impression, Viking Cologne, they were bought by another company. I'll try to remember to pop that company name up on the screen here, but it's a big company that owns a lot. It's kind of like the LVMH group. They own a lot of different products, companies. Okay, again, you got this wraparound sticker. It looks like it's just hand applied. It probably is. You know, it's a little bit offset here. You can tell there's always a bubble here on the back. The Creed bottle has this slant to it in the back. You can see here on the bottom, Creed, Paris, made in France. And I don't think I'll be able to get it to focus on it, but the batch code is etched right here. And it is that A9, looks like 9821P01. So it should have, been the same number that I read earlier. The cap here is, I think it's metal. It may just be plastic, made to look like metal. Yeah, when I touch it to my teeth, it feels plastic. So again, you're really not getting super high quality with Creed. Just to be honest with you, let me spray it on this hand, show you the atomizer. Atomizers are very good. All right, so that is the bottle and presentation on Creed Viking Cologne. All right, so let's talk about the fragrance, how it smells, how it performs, and all that. Let me give you a little bit on the marketing for it. It's a 2021 release. It's classified as an aromatic fougere, and I think that's the perfect classification for it. The nose is Erwin Creed and Olivier Creed. That's not true. Anyways, so it opens up with a bright citrus and a very herbal and green nature to it. So when you first spray it on, you're not really going to think that this is a fougere fragrance. Again, loads of citrus. There's mandarin orange, there's lemon, there's bergamot, and then there is rosemary, there's sage. So it's very citrusy, it's very herbally. There's a lot of pink pepper like you get in Creed Viking, the original. And I don't know, let me look. There's no petitgrain, but there's something in it that comes across very green in the opening. But as it starts to dry down, there is a soapy nature that starts coming out. The lavender starts coming out and projecting. There's some patchouli and some vetiver. And those are the three main notes that really start to make its way out and what brings about the fougere quality to it. Now, in the very opening, there's not much of a similarity between this and the original Viking. But as it begins to dry down, you start to get that original Viking DNA that comes in. One thing that it's missing that real pepperminty style of nature that kind of makes it smell like a mixture of Old Spice and peppermint oil. But that's the part of the original Viking DNA that I really don't care for. So what it smells like is a more amped up citrusy, more green, more soapy version of the original Viking. That Viking DNA is in the background, but it's toned down and it's slight, and it doesn't have that peppermint oil note that really is what it's known for. And if you really like the original Viking, that peppermint note is probably, it's not even listed, I don't think, as peppermint. It's listed as something else, but that's the way it comes across to me. But you're probably going to miss that. I prefer this one. Again, it gets soapy. It gets that classic fougere with the lavender and the vetiver. Smells really, really good. It keeps that original Viking DNA. There's going to be some kind of a citrusy sweetness and a little green tinge that stays throughout. It's a I would say probably honestly an average to slightly above average performer. If you spray it on heavy like I do, it'll project well. And if you spray it on your clothes, it'll last the whole day. So that's above average. The quality for it smells really good. It smells high quality. There's not a big alcohol-y blast. It doesn't smell like chemicals and things of that nature. So, but the problem with it is the price. Now I got a great deal on it. I think priced at $150 to $175 for a 50 ml bottle ought to be the retail on it, and you ought to be able to pick it up for about $100 on the discounter. Unfortunately, that's not the case. It retails for over $300, and if you're lucky, you can get it for under $200. I've yet to find a fragrance that I think is worth really the retail prices. The designers aren't worth the retail prices in most cases, and the niche are not worth, even something extravagant like a Raja Parfums. When you talk about a fragrance costing $500 or $600, and people go, "Oh yeah, but it's Swarovski crystal in the lid and all this stuff." Look, their packaging per bottle is still less than $10. Box, bottle, lid, everything. I don't care what you say. It's under $10 is what Raja pays for their packaging on their most expensive, the full bottle and the perfume extracts or whatever. So you're paying for a lot of name and a lot of hype, and they value themselves high because they're trying to reach higher end clientele. But when it comes down to just the price, there's not a whole lot of difference in the price production wise from a fragrance like Creed and a fragrance like Lalique. There just isn't. You can say no it is and blah blah blah. You've not done the research, you don't know. I'm telling you, I have talked to flavoring houses, I've talked to bottle manufacturers, and I don't know exactly the prices they pay, but I know pretty much the price points. And Creed bottled, they're getting into their bottle box and everything for just a little over $5. And they want to charge $300. So there's to me is it worth the price? Not if you're paying full retail price. But at $150, yeah, I think it is. I do like the fragrance. I am keeping it. It is one of my favorite fougere fragrances at the moment. I'm wearing it a lot. I do love fougères, and I think it's a great modern fougere. Now, I will say this. I've had this for a long time. Alt Corsair Cologne. It's pretty decent. It smells a lot like it. I'm talking about 90% close. It doesn't perform quite as good, but it's pretty close. This is supposedly a higher concentration. So if you want to spend $40, you can get it really close. They make the original Viking Cologne as well, just Corsair number 22. Those are good. But if you want the real deal, and you can pick it up for $170 or so, I think it is kind of worth it at that price range. So that's my thoughts on Viking Cologne. I like it. I think it's good. I think it's an 8.5 star fragrance. I really do. High quality, smells great, good performance, good projection, and if you get it at a decent price, I think you've got a real win here. Those are my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section what you think about it. How do you think it compares to the original? And subscribe to the channel, do all those things. Till we see you down the road, we say God bless. Frag on, Frag fam.